Hi guys, welcome back to another Bourbon Santa video. Today, as you can see, I broke down and bought a bottle of Sam Houston. It's the 14 year, this is the Florida release batch 1. And I'm a little worried because this is the Florida Man batch of Sam Houston. So I'm sure this is going to be full of regret and bad choices and probably some meth overdoses and, you know, maybe, there might be some Disney in here with it being Florida. I mean, it better live up to the name, right? Let's find out. So, up to this point, all I've had of Sam Houston have been samples. This is my first pour from an actual bottle. And, oh, hello, Kitty. You want to be in the video? Okay. So, I'm curious to see how this stacks up against the samples that I've got. So, what I plan to do is this is going to kind of be a two-part video. I'm going to taste this bottle today, let it open up for a few minutes. I have several other samples of Sam Houston, and I have a couple more on their way to me right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for those couple others to show up, and then I'm going to do a monster blind flight. It's probably going to be about 8 of them. And we'll run through that 8 and see which one blind comes out on top. So with this being my first actual pour from a bottle, not a sample, I'm curious to see how this hits me. It's got a good amount of grain and oak. It's pretty dark. The rye, even though it's only 18% of the mash bill, stands out on the nose. I definitely get a strong green, evergreen, not quite dilly, but evergreen rye note that I always get. I'm getting a little cherry. There's a little bit of creaminess there, but it's a lot of spice. It's a lot of spice. And I appreciate a nice spicy flair or flourish in a bourbon, but I don't want my experience to be all spice. And that's been some of my problem with most of the Sam Houston 14 years that I've had so far. They're big on the spice and a little low on really nice, pretty flavors. So let's taste this. There's a lot of oak. This is probably the oakiest one I've had yet. I gotta tell you, I might have to do an experiment. I might have to put this into a sample bottle while we wait for the, a sample of it into a sample bottle while we wait for the other samples to show up. Because either I'm liking this better than I remember the other samples being, or I'm wondering if it's straight from the bottle and not from a sample, if that's having any sort of effect. The strong rye note is there. There's a lot of oak, and there's a good amount of burnt, like that number 4 char level is really showing through from the barrels. It's very, very dark. It is spicy, but it's not overly spicy like some of the others I've had. And this is a high corn mash bill. 74% corn is a lot. And I do get a lot of that corn on the nose and on the palate. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Is it wonderful? No. Is it worth $120? No. But this is pretty good. It's pretty decent. If this was 60 to 80 bucks, absolute buy for sure. But in the $120 category, no, that's not doing it for me. There's a decent amount of caramel, but that's all overshadowed by the rye spice and whatever else that spice is. I mean, there's so little malted barley that I really don't quite know why Sam Houston's come across so spicy to me. It seems like there's way more rye than 18%. Obviously there's not. It says so right on the side of the bottle. But they come across really prickly like a rye. It just must be the grain, the strain of rye or something. It's going to be fun to see how this stacks up blind with the others that I have. So we'll be doing that very soon. Thanks for watching. Until next time, have a great day.